All right, just dropping in to do a little pop culture episode. Bravo TV's hit reality show, The Real Housewives franchise, going on 20 seasons. Orange County, 20 years. The Ultimate Girls Trip, that's going to be a lot of fun. Rhode Island was a big hit. We still don't know why Miami is not on the air. And out of the blue, you knew Salt Lake City was away for a little bit. They were filming, they were putting their shows together. And you were like, we haven't heard much from them. They've been doing really well, even post Jen Shah era. They've been doing well every season. Lisa's, of course, interesting. Meredith's, of course, interesting. Bronwyn is dating, someone who, a model. I mean, it's just so much going on. And you're like, but we haven't heard much. But you knew that it was on its way. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, it's like the show is unraveling. Angie K with the breakup. You also got Whitney and her ex, or I don't know if they're exes yet. They're living in different homes or something like that. And of course, yes, you knew that Bronwyn was going to go into the season. It was going to be her big moment to be the single gal. And now there are 3 single Real Housewives. Now for the show, it'll probably be a little entertaining, dramatic, but I don't know, like there's something about me that just doesn't love relationships unraveling on the basis of reality TV. Like in a lot of cases, it is just the way probably it would have went. But you do have to wonder, like going on this show, as these cast members want to do, they want to have their own moment. They want to revitalize their life and their career, maybe empty nest syndrome or something. But when the love is lost on the basis of reality TV, to me, it just, it's like you enjoy watching the show because you know it'll be entertaining, but also there's a part of you that's like, no, like love is a special thing and you don't want to see it being taken away, on a reality show that's for entertainment purposes only. You never want to see that. Now, one thing that has been interesting about all of it is that Lisa Barlow, she loves it all. She loves her Taco Bell. She loves her Wendy's. She loves her soft drink. And she's just been on this franchise for year after year after year, season after season. And every year it seems like all the cast members want to kind of pry and prod and kind of like say, Lisa, you make it sound like your life is perfect, and yet maybe it's not. And though she has shown some vulnerable sides, now that there's 1, 2, 3 cast members that are in recent breakups, again, going to make for another interesting and enticing reality TV show, Lisa decides to go to Instagram, and while she's not only marketing her brand, which she does so effortlessly, she reminds me of Larsa Pippen quite a bit, actually. Not only is she marketing her brand, her Vida Tequila, so well, but she makes sure she does it in the most petty way regarding, having her husband and saying how they are partners for life, and, just a light innuendo and a little nudge, a little jab, basically saying, okay, I'm on this show. People have been prying into my life for year after year, and yet I'm still the one in love and very happy. So it on the level of being full of yourself, Lisa Barlow is always going to be 5 stars. I mean, you could not like her, that's for sure, but I think she's actually really entertaining. And to do that in the vein where most people would be like a little sad for their castmates, she's like, no, I'm going to put my foot on the gas, and I'm going to let these other cast members know, not only am I the center of the show, but I'm the only one that's still in love. Now, with the show coming back, it'll be interesting to see what the trailer looks like. It'll be interesting to see if they pick up cameras, but it will also be interesting to see if, first of all, how it compares. You got Real Housewives of New York on its way, the 3rd reboot of sorts, and this one's the one that actually seems very exciting for a lot of fans. I've been enjoying pretty much every different version of it. The original, then the season they cleared house and then had, new cast members like Aviva and Carol and all that. And I really didn't have a problem necessarily with the reboot of sorts, but it didn't work. And now it only has Jessel and Aaron with a couple new cast members along with Carol Radswell right in the middle. So it'll be a very interesting fall season to see how Real Housewives of Salt Lake City does now that New York evidently is finally back. And I'm sure Jersey will be back fairly soon after. But Real Housewives of Salt Lake City has always been, for the last couple of years, one of the most popular shows, always entertaining. They are just so full of themselves, really all of them. Angie telling Brittany she has high body count hair. Brittany being just over the top. I mean, her theatrical side, because she is a performer. She's done musicals and theater and stuff. Her theatrical side was so funny when we seen her on this show. Heather, of course, is just, a little bit like the producers, favorite. She does what they need to make a good show. But either way, it's going to be interesting. Now, regarding Angie's breakup, I was talking about this recently. Does this mean this opens up a space for like a Monica to come back? Like, not to rub it in her face or whatever, but maybe even just like, when people get knocked down, sometimes they find the most interesting person as a confidant. It doesn't make sense always, but maybe it will be something of that nature. Real Housewives of Salt Lake City also will be coming back with not only Meredith, who's amazing, but Mary. And Mary chose to continue the show after a huge loss, which could be a bit challenging. I think most people would maybe want to sit on the sidelines and really get their life back in order, stuff of that nature. However, sometimes you have to throw yourself back into work in these really intense situations. So it's going to be heartfelt as far as Mary's coming back from all of this, going into the new season. Reality TV, as far as Bravo, it has been taking a little bit of a dip, but I feel like with New York coming back, with Orange County and its 20 seasons, Ultimate Girls Trip on its way, and now all this news of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, though I don't like the love being lost, I still think it's going to be a great season on the way. What are your thoughts?
Hey, Ronnie Jr.